Myself is Dr. Atikur Rahman, Head of the Department, School of Arts and Humanities, and today you know that we are going to present, we are going to deliver a lecture on the topic that is Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. So this is you know that important topic. First of all, I would like to tell you something about all these three thinkers, political thinkers, that is Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. So see that Hobbes was born on 5th April 1588 and near Malmesbury, death in 4th December 1679. British. Writing was of Hobbes like you know that the first one was De Corpore Political, second was De Give, third one was Leviathan. This is important book of Hobbes, and the next is that is Locke. So Locke was born on 29 August 1632, Winston, Somerset, death in 28 October 1704, British. So writing was civil government, the first one civil government, the second one discourses concerning government, and the third one was essay concerning human understanding. So the third one that is Rousseau. Rousseau was born on 28 June 1712, Geneva. Death was on 2nd July 1778, French. So if we are looking about these three thinkers, the first one was the British and the third one was the French. So you know that they have given their political thought on the basis of nature of state, nature of law, natural rights, social contract and sovereignty. In the same way, we can say that Locke has also given their political views, on the basis of nature of state, nature of law. Yeah, sorry for this one. So we were talking about Locke, that Locke was talking about nature of state, nature of law, natural rights, social contract, sovereignty. So in the same way, you know that Rousseau has also given their political thought on the basis of natural state, nature of state, nature of law, natural rights, social contract and then the sovereignty. So I have given all the things which is related with you know that Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau in one picture, all the things, all the political ideas of or the views of these political thinkers I have given in one you know that we can say PPT or page like that. So if we are talking about the first one, that is nature of state, so we have to think about the Hobbes, that what Hobbes is saying about the nature of the state, that which type of state was there at that time when Hobbes was there. So that time we can say on the basis of Hobbes, that Hobbes was saying that the life of the man was solitary, poor, brutish, nasty and short, and there was constant warfare. It means you know that the Hobbes has given the dirty words for the nature of the state at that time. So these are the you know that not the good word which is used by Hobbes for the nature of the state. And the second thing he is saying about this, that there was a constant warfare. There was a constant warfare means कि उस टाइम ये सिचुएशन थी कि मतलब जो है लोगों के ये लोगों के अंदर इतना डर था कि वो ये सोचते थे कि मतलब अगर दूसरे ने मुझे देख लिया तो वो मार देगा मुझे. तो कांस्टेंट वॉरफेयर चल रहा था उस टाइम. दैट इज वाई हॉब्स इज सेइंग अबाउट दिस वन दैट देयर वाज ए कांस्टेंट वॉरफेयर. तो डरते थे लोग एक दूसरे से, सामने नहीं आना चाहते थे. दिस वाज द प्रॉब्लम. And the second, you know that if we are talking about the Locke, about the nature of the state, here we are saying about Hobbes, that Hobbes is saying man was solitary, poor, brutish, nasty, short, and there was a constant warfare. But if we are talking about the nature of the state, nature of state of Locke, so man was happy. Man was happy. Life was peaceful based on cooperation. There were natural lights and man lived peacefully. So here man was not happy. Man was in constant warfare. Man was in problem, because you know that the things which is given by Hobbes, on the basis of this we can say that man was not happy here, but here up to some limitations or up to some things we can say that man was happy according to Locke, because Locke was saying that the life was peaceful based on cooperation. There was a cooperation at that time, as I told you about this one, that here there was a constant warfare, there was no cooperation there, but here you will find out that there was a cooperation, and on the basis of cooperation the peaceful things was there. So we can say that there were the natural lights also at that time. Here no natural lights was there except right to life. So if we are talking about you know that Rousseau, if we are talking about Rousseau, so in nature of state we can say about this that the life was that of a noble savage. Noble savage means here that the life of the human being was just like a gentleman. So there was a equality was there, but no private property. Rousseau was saying that there will be equality there, but there will not be no private property, because he was saying that with the development of private property jealousy developed. It was assumed by Rousseau that if there will be the private property, then the jealousy will be developed there. So this was the problem. So if we are looking these 3 points, first one, second one and the third one, so on the basis of this, on the basis of these 3 you know that block, that is nature of, that is Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. So in the first one we are looking that here about the nature of the state, Hobbes is saying that Hobbes is talking about solitary, poor, brutish, nasty and short, and there was a constant warfare. So here the people were in problem, but here they are finding out some you know that cooperation. They are finding out the peaceful existence there. They are finding out the natural rights there which they were having at that time. They were living peacefully there, but here they were not living peacefully in Hobbes you know that point of view. And if we are coming to this point, because here we are getting some peaceful existence there, but if we are coming to Rousseau, state of nature or nature of state, so in this one you know that equality was there, noble savage was there. It means that the people were living gentle in a gentle way. So private, but you know that Rousseau was not talking about the private property, because it was the assumption of Rousseau that if there will be private property there, then the jealousy will be developed there. So this was the problem. So if we are you know that looking these 3 points, the first one, second one and third one, if we are finding out the difference in between these 3, then we will be able to understand completely the views or the thoughts of Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau in a proper manner. See, here the second point is what? That is nature of law. So as I told you about the first point, that is nature of state, in the same way we will go for the another points also, that is the nature of law. So in nature of law you know that Hobbes is saying that there was no natural laws in the state of nature, because might was right. See here, might was right, and there was no natural laws. As I told you in the first things about the nature of the state. So in the same way, again you know that Hobbes is saying about the nature of state that there was no natural laws in the state of nature because might was right. Might was right means जिसकी लाठी उसकी भैंस. Is it clear? So you know about this, that if there is no law, natural laws there, then there will be problem in the state. So Hobbes was believing in the nature of state that there will not be natural laws there in the state. So if there will not be natural laws in the state, then the might will be might is right concept will be there. Laws are command of sovereign and emerge with civil society. Laws are command of the sovereign, यानी जो sovereign कहेगा वही जो है हमारा law बन जाएगा. जो sovereign command करेगा वही हमारा law बन जाएगा. Is it clear? So if we are coming to the nature of state which is given by law, so here we are finding out that there is no law. There is no natural laws there in the state, and the might is right concept was there in Hobbes concept. But if we are coming to law, that is nature of law, there were natural laws. Here we are not finding any law. We are not finding any natural law, and here you know that in law we are finding three laws, that is life, liberty and property in the state of nature, and civil society emerged to protect these laws. Here we are not finding any law. Here we are saying about might is right. Here you know that there were three laws that is related with life, liberty and property. In Hobbes we are saying that there will not be laws, there will not be the things which is related with the human beings. Might is right concept was there, but here we are finding out that there will be three laws, three natural laws, that is life, liberty and property in the state of nature, and civil society emerged to protect these laws. The civil society will protect these laws, that is right to life, liberty and property. If we are coming to the Rousseau nature of laws, so what Rousseau is saying about the nature of laws, that means the acts of general will are laws. General will. See, again I am coming to this point. Here we are finding out that there is no natural law. There is no natural law according to Hobbes. Here we are finding out that there will be the three laws, that is life, liberty and property. Three laws which is related with the life, liberty and property, and that will be protected by the civil society. Here we are finding out that the general will, which is given, which concept is given by Rousseau. Is it clear? So they aim at the common goods and must emanate from the people. See here, general will means why you know that this Rousseau is giving this concept, that is the general will. See here he is talking about the will of majority, because you know that Rousseau says that Rousseau believes in democracy. Rousseau believes in democracy. Here if we are talking about Hobbes believes in absolutism. Locke believe in limited government, and Rousseau believe in democracy. That is why Rousseau is talking about general will, yani will of majority. If there will be will of majority, then the state will be prosperous. Okay, so they aim at common goods and must emanate from the people. See, if there will be the general will there in the state, if there will be the laws which is based on the general will, then the things will go in a smooth way. See here, according to Hobbes, there was disturbance because of might is right, because of no law in the state, no natural laws in the state. Here we are finding out some natural laws which is based on life, liberty and property. Here you know that about the nature of laws which is given by Rousseau. Rousseau is saying that there will be general will there. There will be the general will there. They aim at common goods and must emanate from the people. See here the next point, that is natural rights. See, again we are talking about three, that is Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. We are talking about the natural rights here. See, about the natural rights, as I told you that Hobbes is talking about might is right. Hobbes is talking about might is right. Hobbes is saying that there will not be right in the hand of the people in the state. Only one right will be given to the state, to the human being, according to Hobbes, and that is right to life. Except right to life, no rights will be given in the hand of the state. We will talk about the social contract of Hobbes, that what he is saying about other rights, what Hobbes is talking about other rights. So here you know that Hobbes is saying about might is right was the law in the state of nature. So there were no natural rights in the state of nature. He is talking about might is right. He is saying that there will not be right in the state, in the hand of the human being. He is saying that only one right. He is talking about one right, that is right to life. Right to life will be in the hand of the human being in the state. Other rights will not be given to the people. Other rights will be in the hand of the state. See, the second one, that is Locke. What Locke is saying about the natural rights, that there will be rights, some rights will be given to the human being, that is the right to life, liberty and property. Here only Hobbes is talking about one natural rights, that is right to life. Here you know that Locke is talking about three rights, that is right to life, liberty and liberty and property, and state will protect them. It is the duty of state to protect them. Locke says that there will be three rights, that is right to life, right to liberty and right to property, which will be given in the hand of the people, and these rights will be protected by the state. It is the duty of the state to protect these rights. If we are talking about you know that Rousseau, what Rousseau is saying, that there will be what Rousseau is saying about natural rights, that the man was free to enjoy natural rights according to their will. As I told you, in the nature of state and in the nature of state, that he is talking about general will. As I told you about this one, that he is saying Rousseau believe in democracy. Rousseau believe in democracy. That is why he is talking about general will. Here see about the natural rights, what Rousseau is saying. Rousseau is saying that the man was free to enjoy natural rights according to their will. यानी जो ह्यूमन बीइंग है, जो स्टेट के अंदर रहते हैं, वो ह्यूमन बीइंग अपनी विल के अकॉर्डिंग जो राइट्स हैं उनको एंजॉय कर सकते हैं. as you know that we are having number of rights in democracy, in democratic form of government, whether that is political rights, economic rights, social rights, we are having number of types of rights. So we are enjoying that one. So in the same way Rousseau says about this one that it is depend on the human being, it is depend on the human being according to their will, that is to enjoy their natural rights. So it means you know that what we are finding out there here in this one, what we are finding out that here Hobbes was talking about only one natural rights. I did not mention here one natural right, that is right to life, वो मिस हो गया लिखना, लेकिन right to life है उसमें, ठीक है. सो ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट एक राइट के बारे में बात करता है, कौन? हॉब्स. Yes. So Hobbes is saying about one natural rights here. Here Locke is talking about three natural rights, that is right to life, liberty and property. And Hobbes is saying that all rights will be in the hand of the people. They will enjoy their rights according to their will. As I told you right now that in democratic form of government we are having number of rights. Even we are having, you know that the right to criticize the policies of the government. We are having the right to criticize the, you know that the things which is given by the government. We can criticize the mind of the, you know that the Prime Minister. We can criticize the mind of the ministers. So you know that in the same way Rousseau is saying that the people have all rights in their hand. They will not have three rights, they will not have one rights, they will have all rights in their hand. Okay, so they will enjoy according to their will. So the next one, that is social contract. This is very important things, social contract, because you know that these three thinkers are contractualist, social contractualist. So social contracts, here if we are talking about Hobbes, about social contract, सामाजिक समझौता, तो इसमें एक्चुअली हॉब्स जो है वो ये कहता है स्टेट के अंदर कि अगर हमें कॉन्ट्रैक्ट करना है किसके साथ? गवर्नमेंट के साथ. वो ये कहता है कि इफ द पीपल आर गोइंग टू कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विद द गवर्नमेंट, देन व्हाट दे हैव टू डू? दे हैव टू surrender their rights in the hand of the government except right to life. What he is saying, Hobbes here, what he is saying that if the people is going to make a contract with the government, so what they have to do? They have to surrender their natural rights in the hand of the गवर्नमेंट. गवर्नमेंट के हाथ में सारे उसको नेचुरल राइट्स देने पड़ेंगे एक्सेप्ट राइट टू लाइफ. देन देयर विल बी ए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. सो व्हेन देयर विल बी ए कॉन्ट्रैक्ट इन बिटवीन द गवर्नमेंट एंड द ह्यूमन बीइंग और द पीपल, सो व्हेन दे विल सरेंडर देयर नेचुरल राइट्स इन द हैंड ऑफ द पीपल, दे विल हैव ओनली वन राइट, दैट इज राइट टू लाइफ. So in that situation, after contract, they cannot do anything with the government. Whatever the government will say, they have to follow that one. As I told you about this one, that Hobbes is absolute. Hobbes follows the absolutism. Hobbes follows the absolutism. That is why Hobbes is saying about the social contract that there will be, you know, that the contract in between the people and the government. So जब people और government के बीच में contract होगा तो उस situation में क्या होता है कि people जो है सारे अपने natural rights surrender करेंगे government को, और government अपने पास सिर्फ एक राइट टू लाइफ रखेंगे, और गवर्नमेंट को जब सरेंडर कर देंगे, सरेंडर करने के बाद में उनके पास कोई राइट नहीं रह जाएगा। जिस तरह से हम डेमोक्रेटिक फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट में हम लोग जो है पॉलिसीज़ को, गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज़ को क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं, इस तरह से वी डोंट हैव राइट टू क्रिटिसाइज द पॉलिसीज़ ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट एज पर द नॉर्म्स ऑफ हॉब्स। हॉब्स के अनुसार हम जो है क्रिटिसाइज नहीं कर सकते। मैंने पहले ही आपको बताया कि हॉब्स जो है वो एब्सोल्यूटिस्ट है, वो एब्सोल्यूटिज्म को फॉलो करता है। आई होप दैट दिस पॉइंट इज ऑल्सो क्लियर टू यू। नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू द नेक्स्ट, दैट इज सोशल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विच इज गिवन बाय लॉ। This is given by Locke. So what Locke is saying about the contract? What Locke is saying about the contract? See, here we were talking about right to life, only right to life. Here what we are going to say about Locke, that what Locke is saying, that there will be a contract in between the people and the government. So when the contract will be there, so at that time what the people have to do, they have to surrender their natural rights in the hand of the people, in the hand of the government, except right to life, right to liberty and right to property. These three rights will be in the hand of the people, and the remaining rights, other rights, they have to surrender to the government. So this will be contract in between the government and the people. So only three rights they will have in their hand. They can do something or whatever they want to do on the basis of these three rights only. They don't have the right to interfere in the other rights except these three rights. As I told you, that is right to life, liberty and property. Here see, we were having only one right, that is right to life. Here what Locke is saying, that no, this is not good things for a state. If we will do like this, then there will be the problem in the state. We should give at least three rights in the hand of the people, which is more and more important for the development of the human being. See, that is why Locke is giving the helping hand in the hand of the people. Three rights. If we are coming to the next point, that is social contract, which is given by Rousseau. See what Rousseau is saying about the contract. Rousseau says that there will be a contract in between the people and the government. So in that contract, what the people have to do, they will have all the rights in their own hand. There is no need to hand over or surrender the rights in the hand of the government. They will not have the right to surrender their natural rights in the hand of the government. They will have all the rights in their hand. Why Rousseau is saying that the people can think best about their self. People अपना अच्छा अपना आप सोच सकता है, अपना आप कर सकता है. That is why Rousseau is saying about this, that all the rights should be given in the hand of the people, and after that there should be a contract in between the people and the government. If there will be the contract in this way, then the people will be more happy, will be noble service, will be cooperative, and they can do the development, their development and the development of the state also. So see, they are talking about the general will. I told you before also about the general will, that is majority of the will, majority will of the people. So in this one, social contract, I hope that this is also clear to you. In this contract, social contract, which is given by Rousseau says that when the people and the government is going to make a contract, so at that time the government will not have any rights, any natural rights in their hand. They have to surrender all natural rights in the hand of the people. So see, here we were talking about Hobbes, that only one right, that is right to life. Here right to life will be given in the hand of the people, other rights they will not have in their hand, they have to surrender to the government, then there will be the contract in between the people and the government. जब हम जो है यहाँ पे एक राइट सिर्फ अपने पास रखेंगे, दैट इज राइट टू लाइफ, और सारे राइट्स हम सरकार को दे देंगे, तो उस सिचुएशन में एक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट होगा, दैट कॉन्ट्रैक्ट विल बी गुड कॉन्ट्रैक्ट अकॉर्डिंग टू Hobbes. But when we are going to criticize the ideas and the political thought at that time, we can say about Hobbes that Hobbes is taking care about absolutism only. If there will be absolutism there in the state, if they are not giving the power, the rights in the hand of the people for their development, so they cannot do the things in a good way. Because we think about this, that we can do the development by ourselves, हम अपना आप खुद अपना डेवलपमेंट कर सकते हैं. Always the government is not good that they will do the development of the people. They can think the better for the development of the people. It is the only people who can think about the development of the human being, about the development of the state. So here about the social contract, Hobbes is saying that only one right he is talking about. Here in contract, Locke is talking about the three rights, then there will be the contract. If we are coming to Rousseau, then Rousseau is saying that no, all rights will be given in the hand of the people when we are going to make a contract in between the government and the people. See, the last point, that is sovereignty. About sovereignty, what Hobbes is saying. Hobbes is saying about sovereignty that according to Hobbes, sovereignty is unlimited. He is talking about unlimited, about sovereignty, that is unlimited. It means that should be in the hand of the government. Major portion of the sovereignty should be given in the hand of the government. असीमित होनी चाहिए गवर्नमेंट के पास में. कौन कहता है? हॉब्स कहता है. आगे क्या लिख रहे हैं साहब? इनडिविजिबल. डिविजिबल नहीं होनी चाहिए, इनडिविजिबल होनी चाहिए, बटी हुई नहीं होनी चाहिए. अगर बटी हुई होगी सॉवरेनिटी तो देन देयर विल बी द प्रॉब्लम इन द स्टेट. If we are thinking about Hobbes' views, so in this situation we can say that up to some extent he may be right, but up to some extent he may not be right, because until and unless we are not dividing the power, we are not following the federal form of government concept. So the development of the state may be not good, because you know that if we are putting all things in one hand, then it will not be easy to handle all the things which is related with the development of the country. We have to divide the things. If we are not dividing, then there will be the problem. As in federal form of government, we have divided the power into in between the state and the government. So state is doing their own work, the central government is doing their own work. The power is divided under the concept of list, union list, state list, concurrent list, as we are having in Indian Constitution, in federal form of government. So anyway, what we can say about Hobbes, that Hobbes is saying that sovereignty is unlimited, sovereignty is indivisible, indivisible होनी चाहिए. Sovereignty should be absolute, sovereignty absolute होनी चाहिए, because I told you number of times that Hobbes believe in absolutism. Absolutism में believe करता है Hobbes. That is why Hobbes is saying about absolute, that sovereignty should be absolute and above all, सबसे ऊपर होनी चाहिए. See again, Hobbes is giving single mind concept there. So if we are coming to understand the concept of sovereignty which is given by Locke, so what we can say about this, that sovereignty is limited. Sovereignty is limited. Here it was unlimited. But if we are coming to the concept which is given by Hobbes, which is given by Locke about sovereignty, so Locke is saying about sovereignty that sovereignty should be limited there. Should be limited there. So should be limited there means that some powers should be given in the hand of the people. As I told you right now, that the three things, that is right to life, liberty and property, should be given in the hand of the people. That is why Locke is talking about the limited sovereignty, the limited government. Power, limited power should be in the hand of the government. Some powers should be in the hand of the people. Here no power was given in the hand of the people. But if we are coming to Locke, if we are coming to the concept of Locke about sovereignty, so Locke is saying about sovereignty that sovereignty should be limited, सीमित होनी चाहिए. Some powers should be given in the hand of the government, some powers should be given in the hand of the people. See here what he is saying about the natural rights, that is right to life, liberty and property. That is why we are talking about the limited government or limited sovereignty which is given by Locke. See, if we are coming to sovereignty which is given by Rousseau, which is given by Rousseau. So what Rousseau is talking about the sovereignty? So Rousseau has given the concept of popular sovereignty. Popular sovereignty, yani sovereignty should be in the hand of the people. Sovereignty should be given in the hand of the people, popular sovereignty. Because as I told you in the previous concept which is given by Rousseau about nature of state, about nature of law, about natural rights, about social contract, about sovereignty. So he is always, you will find out, flexible. He is giving the helping hand in the hand of the people. Here also again you are finding out that about the sovereignty, Rousseau is saying that there should be the popular sovereignty. Rousseau believed in popular sovereignty. Popular sovereignty, as I told you, that the sovereignty should be in the hand of the people. Why Rousseau is saying this, that it should be given in the hand of the people? Rousseau thinks about this, that if we are giving the sovereignty in the hand of the people, then they can do the better things for the development of the country. As we are having this type of popular sovereignty in democratic form of government, so we are electing our representative there. If they are not doing well work, if they are not doing the good work for the development of the country, for the development of the human being, then again when the election will come, so at that time you know that the people have the power to cast their vote to another person. If they are not happy with the present government on the basis of the things whatever they have done in their duration, so when the election will come, so at that time they are having to cast their votes in favor of the other political parties, in favor of the other candidate. Why they are doing that thing? Because they think about this, that we have given our vote to this particular that the political party, and this party has come into government. So after coming to the government, they did not do well for the well-being of the people. So they will not, they will watch the things up to that duration, 4 years or 5 years, whatever the government is having. So they will have the the watch on the activities whatever the government is doing there. So if they are not happy about the things whatever is done by the government, so in the that the coming election they will not give their vote to that particular political party. So see, I have put all the ideas which is given by Hobbes, which is given by Locke, which is given by Rousseau in one that PPT, because I was thinking about this one, that if I will put all the ideas which is given by these three thinkers in one that PPT, so it will be easy to understand, as I have given that about Hobbes, about all points, that is nature of state, nature of law, nature of natural rights, social contract, sovereignty. In the same way I have given about the ideas which is given by Locke, and about Rousseau also I have given the ideas on the basis of the points, that is nature of state, nature of law, natural rights, social contract, sovereignty. So this is all about Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. I hope that you understand all the points which is related with Hobbes, Locke and Rousseau. So thank you so much.